So now I just want to do what is the emotions of the divine feminine and how are they feeling towards their divine masculine? What are the emotions towards them? So, how the divine feminine is feeling at the moment. First card, love this, is that you are in your purpose. You're standing in your purpose and you're doing what needs to get done to take aligned actions to make your dreams come true, your passions, you know now what you're here to do. You're here to be a service to this world, whatever that is. It's a healer, and in whatever career path it is, you know that your purpose is to serve, right? And you're acting on your passions. You're taking aligned actions every single day, even on days you don't want to. You find the energy to take aligned action. So you know what your purpose is. And also, you know the purpose of why you and your divine masculine met. You know the purpose of that connection. That connection was to awaken you, to trigger you to go on this journey. Whatever happened between that connection, it triggered you to check the deepest parts of yourself. It's what helped you overcome your rejection and abandonment wounds. It helped you see things from a different perspective. It helped you heal. It helped you take that pain that you were feeling from that connection and past relationships and childhood trauma and put it into your creative outlet. Probably a lot of you guys are writers or songwriters, poetry, songwriters, painters. Like, you took that pain and you transmuted it. And so you know what your purpose is. The emotion that you're feeling is that you're living in your purpose right now, and it feels amazing to live in your purpose. And then you also see the reason why you still care and have love, and you always have unconditional love for your divine masculine, but the reason why you still care about them and still have feelings for them and it hasn't gone away, whereas in the past you could let go of connections and move forward, is that you see the purpose of this connection is bigger than you or him. You see that this purpose is meant to transform the world by allowing people to see what true love feels like, what fairy tale love feels like. It's not delusional love, it's love that transforms each other, that helps each other heal and grow and is passionate and everything that you could possibly dream of. It's just getting over your trauma and getting over hurt and getting over blame and getting over all of these things to have that love. So it's like you see the purpose of this connection is bigger than yourself. It's to teach other people what love is. When people see that you and that divine masculine are together, they will be like, that's the love that I want, because it's possible. They'll see that chemistry, compatibility, growth, passion, compassion, like all of that stuff is possible in a relationship. You don't have to just settle for less than you deserve, than you want. We all deserve to fulfill our purpose in terms of relationships, in terms of romantic partners, in terms of friendships. Like, we're all meant to have a purposeful life. So what you feel like is that you are in your imagination. So it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So you're living out what I said. Like, you know your purpose, and your purpose is using your imagination, using your spiritual gifts, that tapping into, spreading messages with the world, whatever it is that you do, it's something creative, and you're nourishing that creative side of you. You're embracing it. That's what's giving you the confidence to do what you do, to move through the world, because you're embracing your creative outlet and you're expressing it. You're letting it out of yourself. You're on top of your imagination. You're letting your imagination lead the way. And also, this imagination you have towards your divine counterpart. You see the life that you could have. You see the future. You're imagining. You're manifesting the future that you and him could have. So you see it, like you feel like it's a reality, because you see all the possibilities that this relationship could grow into if you can get over the past and operate from honesty, trust, and unconditional love, right? So you're imagining the future. You're imagining reuniting with each other, because you're probably in separation. So you're imagining how it would be when you see them again. You're imagining how it would feel being around them. You're imagining everything about this connection. So you have faith, you have purpose. You see the purpose of it, and you're imagining how things can be because you see the purpose behind it. You see that it's divinely orchestrated. It's just we have the free will to choose to pursue it or not, right? It takes two to tango, so both parties have to be on the same page of whether they want to pursue it or not. And it's funny, this card comes after the two things, right? Patience. So it says, I accept that everything happens in divine order. So you know that you're fulfilling your purpose, and you might not see the reaping of I can't even say that sentence, but you might not see your rewards, the abundance coming in, whatever you quote unquote ego expected out of this situation, but you are seeing the growth that you've done as a result of fulfilling your purpose. So the purpose of this connection. You know the bigger purpose, but you have to have patience for the other person to see the bigger purpose, for your divine counterpart to realize their purpose, and to see that this connection is purposeful, that it's bigger, it's meaningful, right? And then your imagination. You're pursuing your creative things, and you imagine what the future could look like, but everything is divinely timed. So you need to have patience for those things to come into fruition. You need to have patience for your divine masculine to catch up, or to take the free will and act on what his intuition is telling him, right? So whether it's you, or whether it's someone else, or whether it's a different path, you just have to have patience that either it's going to work out between you guys, or the universe is going to guide you in a different direction, both of you. But just have patience that everything is working out in your favor. And you are starting to accept that your emotion is that, okay, I've been patient, I have patience, and I'm going to continue having patience for whatever's meant to be won't pass me by. And I explained in another video about what's meant to be, and people have free will and act on their own things. But if that person is not meant to be in your life, then the universe will align you with other people that are meant to be in your life. But you're choosing to have patience and surrender to the universe. So you both got blame, and it says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. So what I think is that both of you guys blamed each other in the past. Both of you guys thought that this person did that and that person did this. But I think that both of you guys are coming out of that state of blame. And I think that Divine Feminine, you've accepted responsibility for why things happened the way they did, why you've reacted the same way. And I think that a lot of the times you blame yourself. When you've taken that accountability, you start to blame yourself that, why didn't I see things for what it was? Why didn't I see that this person actually loved me, and that they weren't pushing me away, that they truly wanted to be a part of my life, right? So I think that, so I think that you blame yourself a lot, and that's a lot of the pain that you had to overcome as well. And then also I think that you think that this person blames you, that they see you as the person who walked away from this connection and didn't want to be a part of it, but they didn't see the reasons why you felt the way you did, right? So I think this blame is like three things: that you blame yourself for not seeing this connection for what it was and seeing that this person actually loved you. You feel like they blame you for not seeing what the connection was, and you blamed them in the past for pushing you away and taking space and making you feel like you were rejected and abandoned, right? By not communicating effectively. So it's like blame is something that's like on so many parts, so many levels, but you've taken accountability for your actions, and it's up to that divine masculine to take accountability as well and see things from your perspective. So the blame needs to be let go of in order for this, and you know this, both of you guys both know this, that the blame needs to be let go of in order for this connection to move forward on both parts. And then pride. So pride, when I first saw it, I thought it was something negative, but basically pride, it says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So I think Divine Feminine, this is pride in a good way, where it's like, before you didn't have that self-love, and that's why you automatically went to, this person's going to abandon me, I need to leave this connection, right? Whereas now you have pride for yourself. You have pride in your actions. You have pride to take a step back from your emotions, not be reactful, and approach things from a mature way, right? And you love yourself now. You truly do. You've gained that self-love. That's the emotion that you feel for yourself. I love myself, and I see myself in everyone. You see your pain, you see your trauma, you see the good, you see the pureness, you see everything in everyone, right? And that's what made you have unconditional love for your divine counterpart, because no matter if you guys reconnect or not, you'll still have unconditional love and want happiness. Whoever they end up with, you want them to be happy. You don't want them to settle in life. You want them to go after their dreams, go after what makes them, what they're passionate about. Don't settle. That's what your biggest thing is. And so you want them to have pride in themselves as well, right? But just not a prideful in the sense of they don't pursue a connection because of the fact that their pride is getting in their way. So yeah, you truly gain that self-love, and that's where you have pride for yourself. You have pride in the way where in the way you'll accept to be treated, right? You have boundaries now. You have um, a new perspective, a new outlook. You have pride in the way you move through life. You have pride in the way you move in your connections with others. So this pride is like something that you didn't have before because you were always people pleasing. You were always acting from a place of trauma. And since you've gotten rid of like substances and all these things that were making you act from emotional place, you're prideful in the person who you've become through that you were able to let go of those substances, like drop them drop them and change your whole life around, because of those things that you let go of. So the last card to come out that sums this all up is change, right? And the colors orange and blue. And it's saying, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So you realize that if this connection is going to work, that change needs to happen, movement needs to happen, or else you guys are both going to stay stagnant, right? So it's like the divine masculine is the one who's you've expressed your feelings to the divine masculine, you've been vulnerable, so there's nothing you can do here on out. It's the divine masculine's choice to either see the change in you, see the change in the situation, have a change of perspective on their part, and see the growth in the both of you, right? And the thing is, unless things change and movement is had by letting go of blame, having forgiveness, all of these things that the divine masculine had in their spread, right? Then nothing is going to change on this connection. It's going to keep staying in this place of separation until movement is had. And divine masculine needs to take that leap of faith and act on how they're feeling, express themselves, be honest, and that's how trust and forgiveness and all these things can be had on both parts, right? So things need to change in order for things to evolve, right? You guys have both gone on a journey where you're healing and everything like that, but maybe there's still some things that need to be fully changed on both parts before union can come in, or just a mindset needs to be changed, right? So you feel towards your masculine that his perspective needs to change in order for things to come forward, because they're still, I think, blaming you a lot for this not working out and blaming the universe and blaming everything around them, and they need to continue taking if they haven't already, they need to take accountability for change to happen. So yeah, I hope this helps and that you got something out of it, and if it relates to your situation, leave a comment and share your experience.